Live from the McKay Broadcast Center at Cape Cod Community College. This is commercial free. 90.7 WKKL. WKKL West Barnstable, Hyannis. Cape Cod's commercial free alternative.
The views and opinions expressed during this broadcast do not necessarily reflect those of WKKL or Cape Cod Community College. Listening discretion is advised. This collaboration of radio DJs has come together to poke fun at each other and society at large, so remember to have a good time and laugh along with us or at us. We're just having fun. Welcome to Friday night on 90.7 WKKL West Barnstable. This is your friend Frosty on the WKKL Talk Block here with a special guest.
Hello, I'm Robare from Boston.
Hi, Robare.
Hi, Frosty. How's it going?
It's going okay, like totally.
Oh my god, like totally cool.
Wait, are we going to talk in Valley Girl voices for the entire episode?
I don't think I could do that long.
I don't think I could do it more than like 60 seconds, maybe 30.
I try, and then I just start going like, and it just kind of drops off. It doesn't work.
I was at work one day, and this like big tough guy who's on one of the belts. I work for UPS, by the way. He and I suddenly started like trading Valley Girl insults, and it was the weirdest thing that you would think would happen at work. But no, that was the day I was attacked by a giant moth.
Ooh, like gag me with the state of Rhode Island.
Okay, well, once again, welcome to the WKKL Talk Block. It is Friday, and it has been an exceptionally long week for many reasons, for many people, but we are glad that you are here listening to us. I'm assuming you are listening to us. Are you?
I'm listening. I have no choice.
Because you're in the room.
Exactly.
And you're tied to the chair.
Well, pretty much.
And there's a ball and chain, and there's a man with a cattle prod next to you.
I can only hope.
But enough about your dating life. Okay. Well, the point of this show is to make people laugh. But I feel that for the first part of our show, since we usually do 3 topics, I like to start the show off on a more serious note. Yes, we are going to talk about that. And for all of you out there who are going, oh, no.
Which that?
Well, actually, you might be doing that, too. We are going to be talking about the horrible, unbelievable situation which unfolded in Orlando, Florida earlier this week. Technically, last week at this point. The nightclub shooting at Pulse on Saturday night, in which a deranged gunman with a bone to pick with the LGBT community procured several high-powered weapons, stormed into the club, and began to attack multiple people on site for no apparent other reason than just blind, abject hate.
Well, did you know that he frequented the club before he shot it up?
I did, but I'm going to pretend I didn't. No.
Oh, shush.
Well, tell us more for the audience who is
Well,
doing
that was
the same
pretty
thing.
much it. He'd gone to the club before. He was a semi-regular patron, and basically he would like just sit in a dark corner and look glum. I knew a guy like that. You know, he would just sit in a dark corner and nobody would approach him because he just looked sad.
I was that guy.
No, you're better than that.
I know. I tend to, get 2 drinks in my hand and then you can't shut me the hell up. But still, I was that one sitting in the glum, dark glumness.
And, he just got tired. He's a little older, like he's in his 30s, and, in gay years, that's like ancient.
I'm sorry. Older? I'm about to turn 30. Are you saying that I'm one of you old people now?
I'm practically dead in gay years, so yeah.
Wait, there's no one to actually refute this. Yeah, you're dead. Go ahead.
Pretty much. So, and he was a little chunky, and, from the gay culture, if you're not like, svelte and washboard abs, the boys are going to ignore you, and that's exactly what he was, and the boys ignored him, and finally he'd had enough. Got himself some guns just 2 days before. It wasn't like he was amassing this stuff for like weeks before, and I believe he just picked the stuff up a couple of days and just walked into the club and went bang.
I will admit that I didn't know any of this was happening. I slept through the whole thing.
Nobody did.
And I was telling you this earlier because Rob is up from Boston celebrating his late birthday, and I had mentioned, this whole incident with the Boston Marathon bomber. Then I went home and went to sleep, and I slept through the whole thing, and when I woke up later, Facebook was alive with, oh my gosh, oh my God. I'm like, what do you mean, oh my gosh, oh my God? Turn on the TV! What? Oh. The exact same situation, I think, happened for most of us. We went to bed, and then we woke up in the morning with one person mentioning, have you heard what's happening at Pulse? Or, did you know what's happening in Orlando? And the scene on the televisions, oh gosh, it was like, it got worse with every hour.
And for most of us, it was like we didn't even heard of Pulse. We didn't know it was out there.
Isn't Pulse a franchise? I could have swore it was.
I have no idea.
But the point is that it happened, and for whatever reason anyone will tell you, and yes, I know this is, inflammatory. No, don't say it, Frosty, don't say it. Well, I'm going to say it, and I also recommend you log onto YouTube and look up Samantha Bee's take on this whole thing. She's fantastic. But I could not play her clip because she drops the F-bomb so many times, I would be off this station so fast, you would wonder if I was ever here. This
you can't hit the censor button that quickly, can you?
No, I can't. I can't. This was an attack on the LGBT community, and I know people are going to say, "Oh no, this had to do with terrorism, and this had to do with lack of security at nightclubs, and this had to do with drugs." But no, this had nothing to do with that. This was a hate crime, clear and simple. And I'm going to say this because otherwise I'll have someone breathing down my neck. In my opinion, there, are you happy I said it? But I'm 100% certain that I'm right. Which makes me basically every politician on the face of this earth.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like they're going to stand there and say, I am 50% certain of what I am saying.
With your hand on your hip, in such a manner.
Well, if I put my hip out and put my other hand up and snapped like this, it would be single ladies. But
or a tea kettle.
If I put both my hands on my hips and push my chest out, then it's superhero pose. But
yeah. Anyway.
Where am I going with this?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't want to think about it.
Let's not. We have something else we need to talk about, which is the situation.
Yes. So the beauty thing with this whole horrible... Well, it's a strange word, but the kicker to this is that it was a horrible act, and it was terrible. But the outpouring of love all over the world in support of the gay community is phenomenal. You have people filling the streets of Orlando, Boston, New York, Chicago, London, just people supporting and loving the gay community, where I swear, if this happened 30 years ago, nobody would care.
This would be one of those, well, they got what was coming to them things. Right. And despite a couple of very angry, quote unquote, pastors saying that, saying precisely that, the majority of the world is I can't even put words together. It's very moving.
The majority of the world, amazingly, is pro-gay, or at least they're just okay with it, which is fine. And most everybody agrees that this is a terrible, horrible thing, and we should all come together to try to put this past us, and then try to do the politic thing, and let's see if we can get these guns off the streets.
And there's the other key word, guns. Finally, at long last, and I'm sorry, but it is pathetic just how much it took to get to this point. An office party shot up at a Planned Parenthood, school full of preschool children.
I was going to say, now we have to go to
high schools.
A parent of Sandy Hook and say, hey, guess what? It's been about 4 years since your school got shot up, and we haven't done a darn thing.
And now that 50 more people have died, we're considering it at last. It took this much to get the entire world to wake up and say, all right, maybe the problem could be in the guns.
It could be.
And of course, everyone out there is like, oh, yes, it's the guns. Oh, no, it's not the guns. Yes, it's the guns. No, it's the guns. The point is, you are talking about the guns, and that is the good thing. We want you to talk about the guns. Where did they come from? How are they always finding their way into the arms of lunatics? And how are they... I'm sorry. I'm working myself up here, and normally I'm a little calmer and more coherent, but I'm...
The reason that you're getting so excited about this is that it happened pretty much in our own backyard. I mean, it didn't happen in Massachusetts, but it happened at a gay bar. It happened at an establishment that you could have been at. I could have been at. It could have been any one of us.
One of my close friends, Emily Entwistle, big shout out to her right now, and congratulations on graduating. She was just a couple of miles away because she was in Disney World that night. She was taking her big graduation trip, having finally beaten college in all of its glory. And that was my first thought, like, oh my God, Emily and Billy, my friend, they're down there. And wait, I know a couple of other people. They were posting their pictures. They just were down there for Gay Days or something they call it, Gay Days in the Park. They were down there. What if anyone else is down there? And
sure.
I know it's kind of superficial to say this, but yay, they were all safe. But that does not diminish the unbelievable tragedy that happened and the unbelievable suffering that must be going on for so many other people who can't say that, who cannot say, oh, thank goodness mine is safe too. 50 dead, more than 50 more wounded, and let's face it, all these people suffering, their families, their friends, currently suffering from shock and horror and emotional scarring. I just gotta get that out there, I'm sorry. Yes. The guns, the gays, the crazy people. It is a freaking Whitman's sampler of nuttiness down there, and
now the copycats are cropping up.
Yeah, hey, congratulations to that guy. I'm going to the next Pride Parade and blowing their heads off.
It's kind of like the conservative crazies are going, oh, you mean I can do that? Cool. And here they go.
And these people they're posting on Facebook. They're posting on YouTube. They're saying, let's rise up, everyone, as though this is a problem, as though, this was a dam that needed to be broken. It is not. There was nothing wrong. These were people who wanted to dance their Saturday nights away, and then some freaking jack, that's my kind way of swearing at people, did this, and now it's like a rallying cry, and there couldn't be anything more sick and twisted. Except the second SpongeBob movie. That was pretty bad. Yeah. As far as sick and twisted things go. I'm sorry, that was my weak attempt at a joke. I do that as a coping mechanism.
Well, yes, you got to deflect. Because it'll just eat you up.
Yes.
So, I attended the Boston Pride Parade last week. And it had an okay crowd. Mostly because of the bad weather. It rained on us terribly for maybe like the first half of the parade. And then the rain disappeared, and then the wind showed up. So we got wet, then we got froze. I helped carry the big leather pride parade flag in the parade. So we have this horrible event in Orlando, and now coming up this weekend is the Providence Pride Parade. I think that's going to be gonzo nuts. I think there's going to be a whole bunch of people there to support everybody in the parade, if not in the parade itself. It's going to be lots of people. And that's usually a pretty well-attended parade to begin with. And it's at night, just to let you know. So you're going to get lots of pretty floats with lots of pretty lights.
I know that the two of us do not speak on behalf of anyone. I can't say, oh, I speak on behalf of all of Massachusetts. Rob can't say, oh, I speak on behalf of all gay people. But if you had one thing to say, if Robare, you had anything to say right now, one thing to say to everyone out there who is currently wondering, what next? What possibly next? What would it be?
I would say, get out, get in that club, and let's show that we will not be scared away from the places we love to go to. Go to the club, go to the bar, go to the restaurant, be out there. Because if you're going to hide because you're scared, that's what they want. That's what the scary people want. They want us to go away. They want us to hide. They want us back in the closet. We can't show them that. We have to be out. We have to be seen. We have to be visible. We have to be in the club, just like we were before, to show that we will not be cowed. I think that's a word.
That is a word.
Thank you.
All right, we are going to take our first music break. Tensions are running high in the studio, and they should be. But this is a little music for you. Hopefully this helps you rise up and stand up. This is We Are Giants by Lindsey Sterling, only on WKKL. This is your friend Frosty, only on the 90.7 WKKL Talk Block.
Hello, this is Robare from Boston.
We are here making your Friday night, well, let's face it, a little more emotional, but hopefully we're entertaining you. And that song, how about that song, huh? I don't know if you recognized it, but that was Lindsey Sterling with We Are Giants. I absolutely freaking love her. Got a new album coming out and everything.
I didn't recognize her, but I thought it was a cool song.
You will leave here knowing everything about Lindsey Sterling.
Okay.
You will not leave this station without knowing everything that she has done to contribute to culture and this world.
Uh-huh.
I'm making a promise.
Okay.
Yes, you may have your, okay, Frosty's gone crazy look on again, but I get that from everyone, so
Yes.
that doesn't threaten me.
Especially me. Don't lose it.
Somewhat.
Oh, yeah, I'm used to dance music from the 90s, which I'm sure most of you weren't even alive back then, so...
Hey!
Well, you know, I like my Two Unlimited, Real McCoy, Corona.
Did you ever hear Real McCoy's cover of Come and Get Your Love?
Yeah, I have it on CD.
I heard it on a cruise ship, and I was saying to myself, wow, this is this is such a nice original song.
Oh my God, the number of times I've said, wow, this is a really cool song. I wonder how long it took him to write it. And then I discover it was a remake. I was like, oh, come on, really?
For those of you who are wondering which song we're talking about, go watch Guardians of the Galaxy on Netflix.
Come and get your
or
love.
something
Come
like
and
that.
get your love. Come and get your love.
Wherever
now.
you can find it, because that is the song that opens the movie. Yeah, where like Chris Pine is dancing around on an alien planet, and he's using a little alien rat as a microphone. He's being a complete goof, but he's a funny goof.
I don't know this, but if it's got Chris Pine in it, I must like it.
Pratt,
Pine, whatever.
Oh, no. Pine is Kirk. Pratt is Star-Lord. Did you ever see Parks and Recreation?
No.
Really?
If it doesn't have the words Doctor or Who in it, I probably haven't seen it.
You've seen Dr. Quinn?
No.
Doctors Without Borders?
No. Got anything that has who in it?
Drawn a blank.
Ha-ha.
Who done it?
Who done it? No.
It was a terrible show.
Well, that's why I didn't see it, because it was terrible.
Lasted one season, canceled.
Okay.
And
well.
it was one of those, let's fit something into those summer hours when absolutely no one is listening things.
Oh, like Big Brother.
You are in love with that show.
I am. The UK show is going on right now.
You and Big... Didn't you say that you once fell asleep and... Today, in fact, you said you fell asleep in your chair watching it and woke up.
Yes. I missed like the last half hour of it because I fell asleep in the middle of it.
Oh my gosh. You poor thing.
So I watched it this morning.
I feel no sympathy for you whatsoever.
I'm going to go home later on today and I'm going to watch the first Eviction episode. It should be a lot of fun.
You're mad. Mad, I tell you.
Pretty much.
But for those of you who are not going to do something sad like go home and fall asleep watching Big Brother, we happen to have a concert going on here on the campus in just a couple of hours. Starting at 7 o'clock, the WKKL Summer Concert Series is happening. It is going to feature, Interfectum. They're back. They are back, people. So rejoice. You
Yay,
metalheads
they're
out
back.
there. Yeah, you weren't even here the first time.
I don't even know who they are, but as long as they're back, it's good.
They are a local metal band, and they're pretty fantastic. So they're coming back. And the concert is free, but they've got many guests coming with them. And I will say this. Yaka Waka Foob Moob, Yorgi Schmorgi, Chumble Spuzz. I will also say this. The concert is free, so come on down. You have absolutely nothing to lose. It is held on the Grossman Commons. That's the cafeteria here on 4 Cs. But that also brings me to another thing. There's another group playing tonight, for those of you who can't make it, down in Mashpee Commons at the Lanes Bowl and Bistro. And they're also pretty near and dear to us here at WKKL. Beautiful Tuesday. They did a live performance here on the campus, and they were nice enough to come in, give us an interview, record a sweeper for us. We follow them on Facebook. They're really great guys. Hey, if you're listening out there, we love you. So, you know, there's 2 concerts to choose from. Go to at least one of them. My feeling is. But I have a question for you because, you know, concerts, they're on my mind. It's summer. Everyone goes to concerts in the summer. Everyone's like, hey, let's throw down a couple $100,000 and buy a really awful seat that you need a telescope tied to a pair of binoculars, tied to a viewfinder, tied to Google Earth to see the stage.
I know that feeling.
What was your first concert?
My first concert?
Yeah, what was your first concert?
Oh my gosh. All right.
Okay, Father Time is stepping back and turning the hourglass upside down here.
This is how long ago it was.
Mr. Half a Century here.
My first concert was Aerosmith with Guns N' Roses opening up.
Oh my God.
So,
oh, that's beautiful.
this was at the Saratoga Performing Arts Center in Saratoga, New York, because I used to live out in Western Mass. I can't even tell you when it was, before 1990 for sure. And I don't remember much about it because there was so much marijuana smoke, I'm sure it just kind of like blocked all my memories.
I'm jealous. Blunt and simple, jealous.
That was my first concert. That was my only concert for years and years. Because I don't really go to concerts because they're expensive. It wasn't like my second concert was maybe 10 years later when I saw Debbie Harry perform in P-Town. And she was such a mess, she couldn't even remember her own words. I'm sorry, Debbie. I really like you, but at the time, you were a mess.
Okay, wait. How much of a mess are we talking? Are we talking Scott Stapp or Grace Slick?
When you have to go to the audience to remind you what the lyrics are for your own solo song, that's a mess.
So it's Scott Stapp. Okay, then. Okay, that's kind of... All right, now my concert feels like it's going to pale in comparison. Well, I don't know. My concert was a little unknown group of musicians in hoodies and skinny jeans and baseball caps named Maroon 5, opening for Sugar Ray, opening for Matchbox 20.
2 opening acts?
Yeah, right?
Weird.
And this was a Father's Day. Mother's Day. This was a Mother's Day concert, and I was going with my cousins. This was many years ago. But the key word there is that it was Maroon 5 opening for anyone.
Adam Levine.
Oh, stop salivating. He's married.
I don't care.
To a woman whose name I can't pronounce.
I didn't know that.
Lucky gal. She managed to bag one of the most attractive men on the singing circuit.
Yep.
And as I said, this was back when they were, wearing nothing but skinny jeans and hoodies and baseball caps, opening for 2 other bands. So nobody knew who they were. This was before they had even dropped their first music video.
Really?
And I loved it so much because they played all the stuff off Songs for Jane or Songs of Jane, their first album. I went out and bought the album there at the concert right then and there that night. And I was saying to myself, oh, I hope they make it.
They did, a little bit.
You may have heard of them. I'm not sure. I don't know if you know the other guys, but you certainly know of Adam Levine. He hosts that show.
He doesn't host it. He's one of the judges.
You mean there's other people on the show?
I'm afraid so. There's even a woman on the show.
Oh, wait, that's right. She was a pop singer of some sort.
Of some sort, yeah. At least it's better than that other singing show where they had Nicki Minaj, practically a one-hit wonder on the show.
American Idol, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Who is not...
next to Mariah Carey, who's been around forever.
Okay, let's track this for a quick second. American Idol, it had Randy, whatever his name was.
Randy Jackson.
Simon Cowell, and Paula Abdul.
She was the best.
And then at some point they started adding people. Ellen DeGeneres was on it for a while.
Really?
Yes.
Ooh.
And there was some woman
she knows
named
a lot about music.
There was some woman named Kira. She was there for like one season, and from Aerosmith, what was it?
Steven Tyler.
Steven Tyler, thank you. I blanked. I want to say Joe Perry. I want to say Joe Perry, and I was like, no, that's not it. That's not it. Keith Urban.
Yep. Wasn't John Bon Jovi on it for a bit?
Was he?
I don't know. I'm asking you.
I'm not sure. Mariah Carey, Nicki Minaj.
I didn't really pay much attention past the initial auditions, because then everybody started sounding good, and I didn't care.
And Jennifer Lopez, and he's big on Broadway. Harry Connick Jr.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I think it ended up with Harry Connick Jr., Keith Urban, and Jennifer Lopez.
J-Lo.
There we go. So that show has had
a lot,
all those judges, and
it's finally going away.
Going away? It's gone.
Yay!
It is off air.
Sorry, no offense, guys, but yay.
No, I support that. It is safely off air. The world of music is safe again.
Yay! Now we just got to get rid of X Factor.
That's gone.
Good.
That's been gone for years.
And they're still running in England, so they're still really popular there, I think.
Everything is popular in England,
but it's just run its course over here.
Except Simon Cowell is back in the States. He's now on America thinks it knows what talent is. America's Got Talent.
They got some stuff over there.
I'm really not a fan of the show anymore. I used to be.
Really?
Well, the thing was that you would see the clearly talented acts. You'd see, the 10-year-old girl come out and sing like Pavarotti or Sarah Brightman, and you'd see the man come out and he would build a giant instrument on the stage in front of everyone, turn the entire building into one instrument and play it. And then you would see the magician come out who would summon thousands of tropical birds from a hat while singing show tunes. And then there'd be the trio of dancers who make you weep. And then, of course, the judges are all, oh my gosh, look, there's midgets and they're hitting each other on the crotch. And it would just drive me nuts. Like, seriously? You're expecting people are going to pay to go see that? There was this one group called Horse, and it was literally a guy who had a defect in his crotchal area, so he could not feel pain, and his entire act was his brothers hitting him with various objects, bats, cement blocks, bowling balls.
There?
Yes, at one point they even had, explosives and set it off there, and, everyone's like, oh, is he okay? Well, he's okay, and he made it all the way into the finals.
Well, the winning act goes to Las Vegas, so it kind of works there.
I'm not going to pay to see a guy get his junk smacked around by stuff. Calling out to Patrick. He just walked by the window. But that's what's popular? Okay, fine. I guess it's horrifying.
If it wins, yes, but I doubt it will. They'll go for like the child act or the magician.
Well, that's just it. Those are the ones that were getting eliminated in the name of this ridiculous stuff, like midgets in funny costumes.
Do you remember back with American Idol?
You're asking me to go into my past. It's a dark place, man.
Sanjaya,
yes, I remember him. I never watched the show at that point, but there was a big hullabaloo about him.
Right, because he didn't sing very well, but like the entire viewing audience decided to take the mick, and they kept calling his numbers so that he would go through the next round. And and since it was all based on whoever called the numbers, would get the person through, so they kept getting him through. And I can imagine America pulling that same stunt with the midgets. They're like, oh, this is a joke, so we're going to make sure they go through because we're going to call that number.
America, do you have any idea what you're doing?
Yes.
If you cannot get a talent show right, what hope do you have to vote for the right president in the upcoming primary?
Well, let's just say when you vote for the upcoming primary, you're not going to be calling a phone number.
I actually think it'd be easier if we did that.
Well,
if they were judged on talent, singing, and a bathing suit portion.
Hillary Clinton would win in a heartbeat. Trump can't do anything.
Yeah, I'm looking at it from every angle. No, absolutely not. I mean,
I would rather not look at
imagine,
it from any
if
angle.
he has to jump into the pool, the wig goes floating off and sits on the top.
And the fake tan just goes...
That's just great. And the water turns orange, like the hot tub at a Jersey Shore filming.
I mean, you never know. Well, Hillary's pantsuit, she probably dives into water, pulls a cord, and the whole thing just inflates. And she's like, here I am, floating at the top. Yay.
I think that she'd be more the sort of person that she jumps into the water and the water sees her coming and quickly moves to the side. It's like, no. Now, let me think. Where did we start? Yeah, concerts.
We've gone completely off track, didn't we?
This was concerts.
Yay.
All right, so just one more question before the music break. What is the most interesting concert you have been to? Save for the first one. What is the most interesting?
I haven't been to that many. One concert I went to was Sounds of the 70s, where it had Thelma Houston, Vicki Sue Robinson, the Village People, which was the reason why we went. But the best part of that concert was Casey and the Sunshine Band, who totally... No, really.
No, I'm imagining
they
it.
rock so well. They jam so... I was dancing in the aisle when they were going on. I went there for Village People, and I was like, nope. Move over, you guys. I love you guys, but no, Casey totally rocks. I know.
Get down,
and it was
now.
so good. I love that concert. I'd go if he was like in a show by himself. I'd go.
For me, and actually, this works perfectly because I just played her. It was Lindsey Sterling at the House of Blues 3 years ago, and it was for her Shatter Me tour. She steps out of the giant snow globe and. She had all those dancers. It was just intense, and I was screaming my head off. I went home a little hoarse. Get it? Little horse. No, wait, you can't say what I'm doing with my hand. I'm holding my hand as though there's a small horse. You know what? It's not funny. But Lindsey Sterling was my favorite concert to date.
Wow. My favorite so far, it was the last one I went to. I got to see Cher live. And the opening act was Pat Benatar, and I would have...
Wow.
And I would have happily given an hour of Cher to get more Pat Benatar. I mean, she can't hit all the high notes that she used to do, but everything else she hits really well, and she just totally rocked it.
2 words. Auto-tuner.
Not live.
Definitely not live. Okay, we're going to take our next music break. This is WKKL. Hello, welcome back to 90.7 WKKL. This is the WKKL Talk Block. I am your friend Frosty.
And I'm Robare from Boston.
Welcome back. So, just a quick question to everyone out there. What are you doing this weekend? But since I can't ask them, I'm going to be asking you. What are you doing this weekend?
This weekend? Well, I'm here visiting you.
Oh, okay, but after that?
After that, well, I'm going to Providence Pride tomorrow.
Are you now? What's there?
Let's see. Well, it starts in the afternoon with a festival and vendors and organizations such as the New England Leather Alliance. I'm probably going to go visit with them. There's going to be entertainment, and then at 8 o'clock is when the Providence Pride Parade begins. It's the only nighttime parade in the country. So when bars and organizations put together the floats, not only do they make them look pretty, but they make them light up. And that's really nice. And that will segue from the parade to when all the bars open up with their Pride celebrations. And I will very likely end up at the Providence Eagle because it's leather, and I kind of like that sort of thing.
Evidenced by the boots you're wearing at this exact moment.
Indeed.
People, if you could see them, they're amazing.
They go up to my knee.
I'm probably going to, hit them over the head and steal them later.
Good luck. People have tried, none have succeeded.
Also, you're tall.
That too.
And I'm short.
You are.
And I hate that.
Very.
And there are people in this station that are shorter than me, but there are also people who are taller than me, and I resent that.
And the ones that are shorter to you aren't wearing very nice boots, so you're not going to want to do anything.
Exactly. Although there are one or two that have really amazing pairs of high tops.
High tops, as in sneakers?
I would only want the really good sneakers, not those, like ridiculous tiny ones. I'm talking about the big ones that are like huge, that are so big that they practically have their own zip code in Congress?
When I was in high school, back in the dark ages, I had a pair of Nike high tops.
Was this when you were still using goat's blood to ward off witches' curses?
Pretty much, yeah.
We're
This
talking a long
was
time,
before
people.
dial-up.
There was a time before dial-up?
Yeah, there was. It's called analog time.
I thought the internet was just always there.
No. Back when we were using vinyl and magnetic tapes and things like that.
Hey, vinyl has come back into vogue, man.
It has, strangely enough. This is, my first computer that I used back in those days was the Apple II.
The Apple II.
Yes, with a 5 1/4-inch floppy drive that makes horrible noises when it starts up.
I'm sorry, but I'm fighting a real urge to snigger at this moment.
Feel free, but bear in mind the Apple II is the precursor to the Mac. You wouldn't have the Mac if it weren't for the Apple II.
What happened to the Apple I?
The Apple I was a much more crude device. I've seen pictures of it. You couldn't really use it. It was just switches instead of a keyboard. And then after the Apple II and the Apple III, there was the Lisa. And the less said about that, the better.
The what now?
The Lisa. Apple had a computer called the Lisa. It was the first computer that Apple made that was a GUI, and it had a mouse, and it was gigantic. It was this huge thing. And it didn't sell well. And then Apple took that technology and made the first Macintosh, and whoosh, here we are.
Of course it didn't sell well. Its name was the Lisa. Why not the Samantha or the Shanique?
The first time I heard Lisa, I thought it was like just a code name. Microsoft Windows at one time was called Chicago. And I just thought it was a code name. And then I see the computer in the store, and it said Lisa. And it wasn't an acronym. It was a name. And I'm like, okay, that's weird, but okay. I don't know if they're deliberately trying to attract the female market, but it didn't really attract anybody's market. It just kind of fizzled out.
Weird.
Very, but it's huge. I think it had 2 built-in 5 1/4-inch drives, and the screen was big. I mean, the whole thing was just this big behemoth. You try to pick it up, and it would be like a weight at the gym. It was so heavy, I think.
Speaking of the gym...
Which we were supposed to do this morning, but I got here too late, so we couldn't do it.
All right, I've just got to bring this topic up for everybody out there who is, currently holding, a stick of dynamite over their bathroom scale and just considering lighting the thing. What do you do? What happens? I mean, the summer comes and you say to yourself, oh my gosh, how did it get here? I thought it would never get here. And I never worked on my body. I always intended I was going to have a beautiful body for summer, but now summer's here. What do I do? And, let's face it, I could stand to cut back a little on the ice cream. But, the summer is here, and basically I've combated the entire thing by just wearing a shirt. By, just wandering around in a shirt. Because I'm a guy, I don't have to show off my midriff or anything. I don't have to wear a bikini like women do when they go to the beach or something like that. It's just...
A shirt, no pants?
Yes, I'm wearing pants, you goon.
All right, well, I just want to be sure.
Just because there's a counter in between us doesn't mean I won't kick you under it. I'll hurt my foot and I'll have to take a few tries to break through the wood, but still.
Okay.
I'm talking about, what do you do? All of a sudden, it sneaks up on you and you're like, this is sexy time, sexy summertime. And you haven't reached your goal yet. You're not washboard abs, and you don't have, a perfect tan in place to make it look as though you've already got the tan, so you don't need to tan. And, your leg muscles aren't completely chiseled. There's still spider vein down there. Ladies, you haven't scheduled that bikini wax. What do you do at this point? Do you panic, or do you just go about your plans?
I don't panic because I tend not to show my body off that much. I do have these love handles that, no matter what I do, just don't seem to go away. I wish they would, but they don't.
Are they love handles, or are they muffin tops? Or is that the same thing?
Muffin top is basically all the way around, but the love handles are primarily in the back.
You poor thing.
Yes.
So you've got back flap?
I have back flap, yes. And, I try to diet, and I try to drink a lot of water, and I try to do aerobic activity, and parts of my body will go thin, but not back there. And I don't know what it takes to lose that fat. So let's just say I don't go shirtless all that often.
I was invited to a beach day, and I'm going to admit this right now. One of the reasons that I knew I was going to be busy that day anyway, but one of the reasons I'm glad I didn't wind up going is like, oh my gosh, people will see me without my shirt. I don't even see myself without my shirt anymore. I've covered the mirrors in my house.
Well, it depends on the crowd. Supposedly there's this obesity crisis that's going on in America, so there's a really good chance that you wouldn't be the only fat person there. Sorry, you're not fat. But you wouldn't be the only person there with a bit of extra weight on.
I'll also say this because I feels like it's an important thing to say. Since going back to the gym, I've given up and I've started wearing my glasses. And this is a big thing for me because I used to, take them off and hide them in a locker because, heaven forbid anyone see me walk into the gym wearing glasses. But now I'm fat.
People see me walk into the gym all the time wearing glasses. What's the big deal?
You make them work. I don't make them work. Everyone tells me you look better without the glasses, and I am so vain about it. Don't start saying.
I look better without the glasses, but tough. I'm not sticking my fingers in my eyes just to put contact lenses in.
I actually love the contacts, and I love the feel. It's so nice and cool. It is really. It's smooth and cool.
It's one of my gag reflexes. When the finger goes near the eye, I just can't do it.
Look what I'm doing. Look what I'm doing. I'm touching it. I'm touching it. Touch.
No.
My point is that I used to take my glasses off and wander around the gym half blind.
See, I would take off my glasses at the gym and I would be full blind. I would walk into things.
Now I've accepted the fact that, I'm not thin anymore. I used to be a 32. I am not a 32 anymore.
You could be again if you worked at it.
Well, I am working at it. I've been to the gym every day this week, except yesterday when I stupidly walked all around Plymouth uphill.
So you got your cardio then. So, you made up for it.
But I'm officially accepting the fact that, vanity is a luxury I can't afford anymore. Just put on the stupid glasses. Accept the fact that everyone in this gym is here for the same reason you are, because we are all looking down. It's like, yeah, this needs to go. Oh, this needs to go. This needs to go.
It's amazing to me looking at the straight guys at the gym posing and checking themselves out in the mirror. I was like, oh, look, you're vain about your looks too. How about that? I know. I'm sorry, I'm lost for thought. My brains go blank for a minute there.
I better push this button then. This will save us. WKKL. Yeah, we're getting funky up in here
now
on
that's
90.7 WKKL.
Now that's the stuff I like.
I'm sorry, I'm grooving out right now.
Me too.
But I should say that this is your friend Frosty on 90.7 WKKL, and this is the WKKL Talk Block, and I'm doing a conga.
You are
I
by
really
yourself.
Yeah.
Is it really a conga if you're by yourself?
No, it's not. It's just sad. I should stop.
I suppose, yeah. Even though that was a good song.
It was. I will let you have it later.
Yay!
Music should be shared, people.
I like my proper techno with the dunsh, 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 dunsh.
What is that song that I introduced you to? The one I sent it to you so many years ago.
What, Shaun the Sheep?
La 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 la. La 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 la. No, not that one. The Shaun the Sheep song, though. Okay, when you say Shaun the Sheep, all of a sudden SH sound gets stuck in your head. Shaun the Sheep should be shared.
Shut.
Okay, I will shut up. But no, it was. We'll look it up later. It's not important in the long run.
Are you talking about Mika?
No, not Mika. It was a dance. Okay, this is gonna bother me.
Okay.
You realize that this is gonna ruin my night. And you know me.
Bleep, 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 bleep.
You know my personality.
I know.
This is going to weigh on me, and we're going to be sitting in the middle of our movie that we're going to go see, and we're suddenly going to stand up with, oh, yes, I got it. And people are going to go, shh, and throw popcorn at me.
Yes, well, they're going to say other words that we can't say right now.
Definitely not on the radio.
No.
We'll sign them. See, I'm signing one right now. I don't know sign language.
He doesn't know sign language.
Oh, I do know how to spell, though. There was a girl I once liked. Yes, a girl that I once liked back in high school, and I was so bored sitting in a classroom, middle school, that I memorized the entire alphabet. Sign language alphabet.
That's all I know.
And she knew it too, so we just, spent our time in classes signing it to each other so we didn't have to talk.
Yes, I can finger spell. Unfortunately, it's really slow. Try talking one letter at a time. It goes really slow.
There's also that, old-fashioned passing notes thing.
Yep, that didn't require a telephone.
Yeah, but I hate to say it, but that almost sounds like a romantic idea now. Romantic as in it was full of romance because it was old. But does anyone in school pass notes to each other now, or do they just text?
Text. It's all text. Nobody does it anymore.
I bet if you took a note and slipped it through your beloved's locker, they would open it like, what is this?
It's paper. I don't understand what this paper thing is.
What is the paper? Do I open it?
Right. Yeah. What's this blue stuff all over it? I don't understand.
I think it's a...
Where's the autocorrect?
I think it's a page. It comes from... Oh, they have them in that room that no one goes into.
Where's the URL?
It's called a book?
No, that can't be right.
No.
Nobody uses books.
We are old.
I'm old.
You older than me, but
Totally.
we're still old. I mean, you're ancient compared to me. You were like decrepit. You're a history. You're a crypt keeper.
1 foot in the grave.
I could go on like this, but I have a distinct feeling our friendship might not survive it.
It's lasted this long. What's the worst that can happen?
All right, I want to give a quick shout out to everybody at UPS, including all the new people that have been joining and helping out all this summer. Definitely to Chris and Jason, and to Rob over at the Surf and Sand, as well as Kirk over at Shaw's.
I want to give it a shout out to Phil Fleming up in Methuen, Massachusetts, who has his own radio show, and he's really jealous that I'm here right now.
Phil.
And a shout out to Fits Like a Glove, who I'll be seeing you guys at the Providence Pride Parade tomorrow.
I also want to remind you all that in just about 1 hour, the WKKL Summer Concert Series continues here at the Grossman Commons. That's the cafeteria across from the radio station. At 7 o'clock, it is free. Come on down and rock out.
Rock on.
Rock on. Rock out and rock on. Is there a difference?
Kind of.
Okay. We'll go into the semantics of that some other day. Robare, it's been great having you out here.
I've had a blast. This is totally cool. Like, oh my God, like totally cool.
And there's the Valley Girl thing.
Ta-da!
I should have known that was going to come back to haunt me. All right. Thank you, everyone. You've been great, but we were better. Do I want to end on that sentiment?
Absolutely.
Okay, then. This has been the WKKL Talk Block on 90.7 WKKL West Barnstable. We'll be back next week at 5 o'clock. In the meantime, enjoy your weekend. Happy Pride in Providence. And remember, 7 o'clock here at the Grossman Commons. This is WKKL.
Live from the McKay Broadcast Center at Cape Cod Community College. This is commercial free. 90.7 WKKL. WKKL. West Barnstable, Hyannis. Cape Cod's commercial free alternative.